Welcome to The Guardian TV, and today, the 29th of May 2024, marks exactly 1 year of the President Tinubu's administration. Now today, we'll be evaluating the administration so far for the past 1 year. So we'll be joined by commentators, political and business analysts who will be doing justice to our discussion. We are joined by Mr. Temitope Olaiya and Muyiwa Adeyemi. They are brilliant analysts and they'll be helping us to do justice to the challenges and the future prospects of the current administration. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Muyiwa Adeyemi and Mr. Temitope Olaiya. Now, let me ask you, how have you been enjoying the President Bola Tinubu's administration?
Well, I think we are all equal in the same boat in Nigeria. So if I say I'm enjoying it, everybody will know that I'm not speaking the truth. But we are hopeful that maybe things will be better.
How about you?
It's been a tough experience. The hardship has just been unimaginable from one to the other, every phase, and it's maybe when we get into the interview proper, it was a build-up, whereby even if it was Jesus Christ that emerged the president in 2023, it was a build-up, from the elections, right from the beginning of the year in 2023, we saw the crisis, the Naira crisis, the fuel scarcity, the Naira squeeze inflation, dovetailed into the elections.
Before we start talking about the challenges that the administration has faced, I want us to talk about some of its laudable achievements. What is your opinion about the student loan particularly?
Well, I think concerning the student loan, if we are starting our argument from that, I've not seen anything that will make anybody, start applauding Mr. President. Simply because I think the criteria has been spelled out, but when it comes to implementation, I think there are fears that will the government, be fear without bringing in politics of who knows who into the implementation. Then on this Calabar coastal, a 700-kilometer crossing across 9 states, unknown to many Nigerians, it wasn't designed by Tinubu. Okay. The design had been there for more than 30 years or thereabout. That people that I think they're going to be a coastal, but nobody knew with the kind of austerity measure the country is facing that the government will come so sudden to implement it.
A motion has been established, right? The fact that a lot of times in Nigeria we start a project and we don't ever end them. He made an example, and what do you think about that?
Taking off from where he stopped, the Bola Tinubu administration, give it to it, at taking time out, set out his plans, and had been ambitious to pursue that plan. Every administration always looks forward to a legacy project. You talk about the student loan. $1 million already from the 5 billion grant is less than 400,000 or 500,000 per student. That is if there will be a peg. Now, what is the value of that 500,000 to an tertiary institution? What is the value?
Most of the policies that the administration is currently doling out is in a bid to stabilize the economy. Don't you think we should focus more on the long term?
No, you can't forget the long-term effect, as he has rightly said. I think when you are trying to lay a foundation for a better economy, I think that's how to just, let's say, wrap it up, because I think all of us agree that we cannot continue the way we were going during Buhari. When you even borrow money to pay salaries, right? Borrow money for consumables. So that's why I think experts and some most elites, will appreciate this removal of subsidy and removing tariffs. Subsidy on electricity and that kind of thing. So for more money to be in government coffer, at least to be able to do what it's supposed to do. I think where you are talking, yes, at the end of the day, if all those policies, are well implemented, because when Tope was talking the other time, the area he was trying to have, these are good policies. You understand? But when it comes to implementation, Are we going to have the result? As Mr. Gordon said, Mr. President said, we wanted this thing to happen, right? That's him as an executive. But what are those people to translate those visions into reality? Would they would they look at all issues surrounding? I think do you understand pros and cons, and where people might want to cut corners and all those things. Have they factored into the implementation? Do you understand? But it's the implementation. That's where we always have issues. So that is where the evaluation should come. This is where the president should use the opportunity of the first year in office, I think, to critically look into the areas. I think these ministers are working with this, because those are the people that will implement his policies.
To develop a country or to boost the economy of a country, we need to consume what we produce. Because of the declining productivity, companies shutting down, some moving out, they are now trying to put the burden on the remaining surviving productive elements by way of trying to taxation.
Talking about loan and taxation, how do you really think the government can maneuver their way around this challenge of not having money in reserve?
Increasing the interest rate at this moment. Well, I have not seen, unless maybe experts, I think, will let us know the immediate benefits of that. I think based on the current economic situation in the country and what Nigerians are passing through, because they've passed a lot of buck into Nigerians, when you're removing this, removing that, increasing taxation, levy and tax almost a sector. If not, Nigerians cried out, I think the cyber security will have also been there. So by the time you are taxing everything and you're increasing all this, I think I don't know how that will go to benefit Nigerians immediately.
So from everything you said, I would hold your solution to all the challenges we are facing at the moment to be that the administration should take a chill pill. They should look at all the steps and take it one after the other instead of bringing everything all at once. What is your own opinion? How do you think, or what do you think the administration can do?
With what we have now, let him see through to in the implementation stage the effect of these policies. This alone is enough to go through the lifespan of his administration. Implementation of the one he has rolled out is enough in a 4-year tenure. Is enough, because each time we try to upstage the apple cart, or each time we try to inject something fresh, it causes some imbalance, and that imbalance, is more grievous than even the benefit of what you are trying to do. So it's on the other note, I just want to appeal to Mr. President. In 10 months, 11 months, in 1 year, we have seen enough. My advice to Mr. President is beyond the rhetoric. We need action. The citizens need a breather. And before 2027 politics come in, let us have a breather from the rollout of these policies so far.
So let me quickly add something to it. If Nigeria really want to get full benefit of all this, they must ready to hold their leaders accountable. If you are suffering this and they keep quiet without asking questions and holding them accountable, the gains of this hardship will just be finding itself in foreign accounts. I think you should understand that one.
And with that, we'll be wrapping up the discussion for today. Khalid Bada is my name. Bye for now.